Hello, it's Wednesday morning yet again. What's the date? 16th of November. So we are now halfway through the month. And the weather, I've got to start with the weather. The wind, well, I'm looking now over the South Downs, north of me, and it's black. The sky, nothing changes. The sky is black. The flag, the Union flag, is flying a bit of a breeze from the west, which is nice, not too cold. The temperature, although I say not too cold, it's 9 degrees centigrade out there, which is 48 Fahrenheit. And the atmospheric pressure on the old barometer, 990 millibars. So we are more or less on track for this time of year. I wasn't going to mention the dentist again, but I've got to tell you the ongoing saga. It's quite funny, actually. I went there, when was it? Yesterday, day before. And everything's healing up nicely, everything's fine, although that chip of bone is still in there, that doesn't matter. So he said, now this gap you've got, what I can do is put a bridge there, blah, 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 £3,500. I said, no, can't do that, no. So he said, right, what I could do is just bridge the gap, but forget that tooth there, 2,500. Now, I'm deadly serious. I'm not making this up. So I said, no, I'm not bothered about the gap. Right, what I can do then is those two, because one does need a crown. One definitely does, near the front. He said, I could do those two for 1,500. So I said, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. And he could see that I was obviously in two minds. So he said, or how about I just crown the one that definitely needs it for £750. I said, yes, we'll do that. He said to me, it's like an auction, isn't it? His words. It's like an auction, isn't it? And it was. I mean, I'm sure whenever he sees me turning up there, he rubs his hands together gleefully. Anyway, he said, right, I can do that next week. And I said, no, after Christmas, I've had enough. I didn't say to him, I've had enough of seeing him. But I just said, I've had enough of coming here. I'm going to have a break. So we'll make the appointment after Christmas. And I think it's the end of January. So it just, honestly, it goes on and on. I would like loads of work done, but it's thousands of pounds. In the old days, when it was dentists were all NHS, I suppose there were one or two private ones, or they did private work, but they were basically all NHS. You go to the dentist, didn't pay anything. I remember that in my younger years. It didn't cost you a penny. You just go in there, like the hospital. If I go to accident, an emergency with broken bone or something, I don't have to pay a penny. They do all the work, they do operations, everything. Then you go home, and that's it. That's how the dentist used to be. But now, of course, a lot of people can't afford to go to the dentist. We know a friend of ours, he hasn't been for years. He said, I just can't afford to go. So I don't know what's going to happen if his teeth start going bad and falling out. Well, I suppose if they fall out, it doesn't matter, does it? He won't need a dentist if he hasn't got any teeth. Going back to the good old days, I remember, the NHS have been very good to me. They've been absolutely fantastic. I remember I first went to hospital I was 14. That'd be 1965. I ruptured my liver, fell off my bike and ruptured my liver. And they sewed my liver up. How about that? Saved my life. Crikey, that was a bit of luck. They were fantastic. The nurses, everyone, they were just fantastic. I don't know what's happened now. You've probably heard that there's a nurses' strike coming along. I don't know whether it'll happen or not, but they do brilliant work, the nurses. I don't know what they earn. I don't know what their salary is. But it's all such a shame, isn't it? Everything has gone so very wrong. People can't even find an NHS dentist these days. A lot of people are having to go for private operations and procedures and things because of the waiting list. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you're well. I hope you don't have to go to the dentist or the hospital. I might talk a little bit more about the National Health Service. Yes, especially for those of you abroad, because you probably don't know much about the NHS. You've obviously heard about it, but I can tell you a bit more about it, especially from the old days. I like the old days. When I was 14 in the hospital, there was a Hattie Jakes type matron. You remember, did you ever see, was it one of the Carry On films where Hattie Jakes was a matron? Fantastic. I think they should bring back matrons. There was a matron on our ward when I was in hospital, when I was 14. She was a Can I use the word battle axe? Well, it was okay back then. That's what people referred to her as. I remember nurses saying, look out, here comes battle axe. Right, going to leave it there. Hope you're all okay. Look after yourselves. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which leaves you wide open to do what you like. And I shall see you Sunday. Bye-bye for now.